to invest my money in companies that kill people is double crime. No thanks. This video is in reply to somebody's talking about investing in companies that actually have interest in war, especially between Iran and Israel right now. You know, these companies are profiting big time. But what he's wrong about, what there is wrong about this statement is the fact that if you already invested in the S&P 500, you already invested in these war-related corporations. If you invested in NASDAQ, you already invested in these war-related corporations. If you invested in the Dow Jones, you already invested in the war-related corporations. Why do you think the stock market is rising with all of these bad news happening? Like Iran-Israel war and the fact that the US just struck the nuclear sites in Iran had zero negative effect on the market. Complete opposite. The market has been rallying despite all the bad news and instability and, you know, the concerns that we're going to war and stuff like that. So your question, your statement that, you know, you don't want to invest in companies that kill people is kind of like, you probably don't know what the S&P 500 invests in, what the NASDAQ invests in, what the Dow Jones invests in. So if you're really, you know, aware of if you want to steer away from that, you need to look into specific stocks. You need to look into the ESG, the environmental stocks. You need to look into other stocks that really has nothing to do with war. But I can tell you right now is even companies like that produces fertilizer for the farms somehow is actually invested in war-related stocks, or somehow they benefit from war. Remember this: war, it brings change, and every change is an opportunity for corporation. Corporations do capitalize on all of these changes. So when it brings a change to the Middle East, oil companies profit, farmers for profit, and other people profit, industries, factories, all of this stuff profit. So if you really want to stay away from that, you have to be very specific about what you invest in, especially go for individual stocks and do your home research. Excellent statement. I really appreciate that.